Instead, the most notable recent moment in his career came in the form of a commercial for Volvo that went viral thanks to Van Damme's signature move. One of the most iconic images of JCVD's career came in Time Cop, when he leapt on a counter while doing the splits to avoid an untimely demise. He did the same thing in the ad, except this time, the 53-year-old performer did them while balanced atop two giant trucks driving backward. More than 86 million people have watched that amazing clip, which is far more than the number of people who ever bought tickets to any single film in his considerable career. Jean-Claude's daughter, Bianca Van Damme, is certainly not someone you would want to mess with. She's been studying martial arts for over 20 years and once said she wanted to be a role model for kids by showing them they could kick ass in a nice, feminine way. Growing up, she hated martial arts and was forced into it at the age of 7 by her mother, bodybuilder Gladys Portuguese, in order to help with self-discipline. Her interests at the time lay more on the side of speed skating and ballet, one of her father's passions as well, but an injury forced her into another path. She embraced martial arts and worked alongside her father in several movies. Van Damme has faced plenty of villains on screen, but his toughest battle in real life was against addiction. He has admitted to having a 10-gram-per-day cocaine habit, which cost him around $10,000 a week. By 1999, he had racked up a DUI charge, and while he tried rehab, he left after only 7 days. A few years later, he relapsed and found himself in a pretty dark period of his career. From 1999 to 2008, Van Damme starred in 14 films, and even his most die-hard fans would have trouble remembering most of them. The string of generic direct-to-video action flicks and Turkish heist movies earned him the name Jean-Claude Van Desperate, but they also paved the way for 2008's JCVD. That movie, in which he played a version of himself who was caught up in a hostage crisis and confronted the emotional and somewhat depressing aspects of his life as a has-been actor, was well received. Along with kicking his cocaine habit, it helped bring him back to mainstream Hollywood. Van Damme's substance abuse problem has been linked with his bipolar disorder,